Hey, traders, happy Friday. Good to see y'all. I hope your week ended well, though it did not end well for the markets really at all. And just like, everything, man. Everything except bond yields and commodities. Like Nasdaq, really bad week. It's almost everything. Lots of equities, man. So, it wasn't like the worst Friday, but we'll look at the S&P. I've been gone like all day. So, and I've been up like really early, and y'all got me drunk last night on stream. So just bear with me, man. It's just kind of a recovery stream for me. So if you don't know, I can't even remember if it was on stream where we identified the shark. It might have been after, but a bullish shark on the 60-minute, 60-minute, and you rallied today, hit a 50% retrace. And unfortunately, yeah, think about it, that was a bearish 5-0. The bearish 5-0 has begun to play out, but one thing that is possible, hopefully, the bearish 5-0 plays out, and you get a second low, right? Scott Carney's books, he talks about it, and it's just like, it makes the most sense, right? Where you get one low, you get what he calls the reaction low. All right, we reacted at the pattern completion zone, 113%, and then we sold off again, and hopefully, maybe, just if we're lucky, because it may not happen, right? But if we're lucky, we get ourselves a confirmation low, or what Scott Carney calls the reversal low. So 2 bottoms. This is our only chance, man. All right, you could look at right here, and that little wick right there, and pray that is like, that was the first low right there created.
Great music, bro.
B1, thanks to 1434. Thank you for the kind words. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, Pain is the name of the song by the War on Drugs. Good song.
$2,000 before my dad moves my ass again, and it's time for my bed.
Is that a joint?
I don't know if Gavin's around. He, one of the last things he said, he was going to watch someone else, another streamer. I'm like, all right, I understand, man. It'd be cool to see him again. But thank you, Gavin Crown. Thank you, dude. But remember, that has to be a fake Gavin Crown, because Gavin Crown said yesterday he would never tip $4.20 because it's insulting. Okay. Thanks, dude. Anyway, so you can just look at this one wick low. Okay, you kind of never had traders settle up below it. You went down. You pretty much are trying to back test it. Again, it's not a strong support. It's not like this critical ice line from history or anything. We're just looking zoomed in at the 60-minute. Hidden bearish divergence at the pattern completion zone of the bearish 5-0. So, continuing to converge divergence 60-minute. Let's go to the 4-hour. Okay, where there was classic bullish divergence that, of course, is now like, it looked so good. I mean, that's perfect, man. That's textbook. It's amazing. It's going, and then all of a sudden selling pressure, and then the negative momentum begins to build again, and then sometimes that's just how it happens, and then eventually your negative momo builds to higher levels, and then the divergence idea is completely invalidated as we slide and tumble to 42K. That would be the scenario. If 45K doesn't hold, you're going to 42K, probably fast. It could happen this weekend, sure, but at the same time, if you could catch some bids, which I don't know, man, like no one's buying, like no one cares. Like, this thing is on the other side of the fence right now, and who knows how long this correction is going to last. Daily doesn't imply anything yet, so it could just keep going, and it would make more sense down at these levels for maybe a potential more reasonable reversal, right? Congestion. There's no congestion really here besides like kind of these lows, that were manufactured in early February, mid-February, so. 200 moving average, you haven't tested that yet, so you might do that. So that's it, and it's sad because you got altcoins that are just doing exactly what Bitcoin's doing. There's no way to diversify on this market unless you just happen to be in Cardano, right? Cardano is like the only thing kind of doing things. Theta looks really strong, man. Theta, awesome looking. Man, these higher lows. BAT did some very, very good things we need to look at today, just for the sake of education. All these, like, for the Patreon, these trade subs posted, they're all one trade, right? They're all one trade. It's like, pick your poison. Would you like this one, or this one, this one, or this one? Because, like, they're all gonna fail if Bitcoin dumps, right? They all will fail. But if Bitcoin actually respects this divergence here and plays out, they will all play out most likely. So, again, it's just pick what asset one would want to play if the divergence across the market played out, because this is everywhere. What you're seeing on this 4-hour histogram and RSI, they look the same. Dash, Zcash, XLM, I think ONT, Litecoin, Ethereum, BAT was showing similar stuff. Theta looking really, kind of similar, higher lows. So, it all depends on Bitcoin, doesn't it? Isn't that sad? So, diversify your crypto. You can't really. You really kind of can't diversify your crypto, man. If you're talking about these kind of conditions, no. No. So let's look at Ethereum. Again, same thing. So promising, and it doesn't matter. Now, again, it's okay, but you have to understand 1386 to 1420. What is that? Previous all-time highs. You're holding, but it may not be for much longer. You know, I mean, it's like XABC, right? Second bottom, slightly lower low, and very, very apparent divergence that was in development until just recently. Negative moment just starts building again. It's like, okay, that happens if there's no demand on this market because everyone's spooked and freaked out because, again, the 10-year yield bonds rising like they are. I mean, they're highest level they've been in over a year, and they're back above a 2012, 2016 ice line. And then weekly bearish divergence on the Nasdaq and the major index funds. Commodity prices are the only things that are holding up at all. Like gold and silver destroyed today. It's just something's wrong, man. Something's just not right in these markets. It's just not normal. So anyway, let's zoom out so you can see Ethereum. I do like the fact that you're diverging on the oscillators, and I love the divergence on the volume too, like a low and then a slightly lower low with much lower levels of negative momentum. That is a form of divergence, right? You're diverging on the volume, so that's positive, but it doesn't matter if no one wants to buy this crap because the world's imploding, I guess. What's up, get some bids? Thanks for the elite contribution, the Neo in the jar. So again, wanted to show you this. What is it should be so reasonable here.
It's always on point. Much success in your future. Bless up, Rocket. Full moon.
Thank you, Robert, man. Well, some days like this, I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like I'm losing my effing mind, where I'm just applying traditional technical analysis to assets that are showing the variables on so many different trades in like the uptrend, right? That are going so well. Now it's just like, oh man, it's not really going the way it was at all. Okay, like the bids just aren't coming in like they were in the uptrend. So, you know, these days get really stressful on me because all I'm trying to do are teach people that are trying to learn the variables, and when they're like, you know, not catching bids, it's almost like, oh, TA's fake. It's like, no, man, it's just you're catching crypto at a real bad time. All right, so look, man, what is this? 1420 was all-time highs from 2018. It's also this consolidation area. I mean, you had been in for weeks. I mean, really, if you go back to January 10th, you're talking about over a month of consolidation before you finally broke out and got into price discovery where you sold off. So this is the first time in history, chat, the first time ever Ethereum has back tested the old all-time high from 2018 as support. First time ever. So pretty terrible showing on its first attempt to hold. So it's like, if it holds, hey man, lots of upside potential.
The 10-year yield, or US 10-year bond, that's causing the price action we're seeing in markets.
People are scared S-less right now. That's what happens when the 10-year yield goes. People are going into bonds. They're scared, man. They don't think there's going to be yield in equities. And that's what's happening. And so I would think people are going to cash. And it's understandable, man, what's going on. So anyway, right there. And then we just zoom out so you can see it if you really want to. Like, what is it really? It's like the most significant area in existence for Ethereum pretty much right now. This is it, man. So it's like, if it doesn't hold this, it's going to 1223, and if it doesn't hold that, it's going below $1,000 easy, okay? I mean, if Ethereum breaks 1386, it's in a lot of trouble. It could be in a lot of trouble again. And you know, Bitcoin keeps sliding. If Bitcoin goes 40K, whatever, yeah, Ethereum's definitely going to 1200 and probably lower. It'll probably get wrecked harder than Bitcoin. But at the same time, it's like, dang, it's so promising because of how many dragons have we seen play out that look identical, and instead of just the negative momentum building, it goes positive, the bids come in, and it plays out. How many times? Over and over and over. It's just this time it's not happening because maybe the market conditions have truly shifted the bearish way, not the bullish way anymore, okay? That's Ethereum. Major disappointment. It's not over yet, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close to being completely screwed, okay? You can't be surprised at this point. It's been uptrend since the COVID crash. So here, Litecoin, man, terrible, dude. It was showing bullish convergence. It was actually making higher lows than previous lows. It was above the 200 moving average. It couldn't break that high, 172 to 179. You know, and David was asking, isn't it below it? It's like, well, what if Bitcoin plays out? This thing's going to play out too. And I think it would. It's just Bitcoin's not playing out, so Litecoin's not going to play out. So now you're below a critical area, and it just doesn't look as good as it did this morning. It just doesn't. Nope. Now, what made this a little better was if you look at the 12-hour. I mean, that's. Oh, sorry, wrong. Right here. So whatever low you look at here on the histogram, you've got hidden bullish divergence in development on Litecoin, but obviously it looked better, and now it doesn't. Now it looks terrible. Now it looks like what was once resistance is now resistance again with confirmation. 37 minutes. Oh yeah, it'll be confirmed that this is a resistance again. Pathetic. Okay, very bad. So the next target on Litecoin, if this is confirmed, you're going to 145 most likely. 145. You're 167.87 right now. That could happen this weekend. Bitcoin starts dumping. All right. Oh, and the daily looked okay too. Like, I mean, it looked like it was I mean, at some point, you know, hidden divergence could occur. It's still possible. I mean, but it could be at 145 when it shows hidden bullish divergence. So it's just about to break the parabolic trend line. That's it. It's about to do that, man. It's like working on it right now. So see at 145. I mean, if this doesn't hold, if Bitcoin doesn't hold, if Ethereum doesn't hold, Litecoin's going down. So that's it, man. You get back up to 172, 179, we're good. You're in great shape, but very critical areas, and it doesn't look good, man. It looked okay, and now it doesn't. Okay.
Maybe it is time not to just rely on TA and maybe focus on what the company actually does. XRP is the only proper company in the whole crypto market.
Of course, Richard. Yeah, man. I was just about to say that. I can't believe you just tipped that, dude. Dang, man. That was about words right out of my mouth. Wow. XRP the company. Someone sue Bitcoin CEO, right? Okay. So some crypto. Let's look at. Let's go to the S&P 500. All right, and we'll see how this closed. It's not good, man. It's very bad. I think the selling is going to pick up tomorrow or next week. It looks like it's going to pick up. You know, you had the bearish deep crab pattern. One high, it reversed to the 1618. And then rallied to a higher high, and now, so that's like the confirmation high, all right? Slightly higher high, okay, fine, confirmation high. So, big bearish engulfing candle 2 days ago, some follow through today, and Monday's probably going to be real bad. I mean, Monday's probably going to be follow through to lower levels. And your common retrace zone for the S&P 500 is between 34.93 and 36.68. Just don't be surprised if the stock market sells off really bad on Monday, okay? That's it. Okay, Jim, that's cool, dude. How long has he been working there? My dad's been working at Bitcoin for 18 years, man. Sorry, I mean, this is just like not what anyone probably wants to hear, but it's a long time coming. It's a second high, PCZ of harmonic, and people are scared. People are freaking out, all right? People freaking out. S&P. I mean, then we can go to the Nasdaq if you want. The Nasdaq, where you know a really nice channel, except for the COVID crash. It's so insane how well it's held. Not adjusting. Stimulant check. Here's my stimulant check right here, dude. All right, coffee, like my third cup today. I'm running on fumes and coffee. I don't know. I think President Biden today was imploring Congress or whatever to expedite the stimulus checks because they're not happening yet. I don't think so. That's all the president can really do, I guess, right? Please, let's get this going. So, and I'm pretty sure Jerome Powell feels the same way, right? About these, they need to happen yesterday, and they just aren't happening. So, I mean, I'm sure that will help people individually. I'm not sure how well it's going to actually help the markets. You know, a lot of that money is going to people that do not participate in the stock market, or any market for that matter, and might be just using it to literally not go homeless or something, right? One sec, sorry. Sorry, I'm just wiped out, man. It's been a long week. Okay, so once this heartline breaks on the Nasdaq, wow, see you down at 132. All right. Now, what was it? Oh, we had. I think I have it still. Hold on. Weekly. Huh. I must have, like, maybe it's the Qs or it's another ticker. Let me just replot it here for you. Yeah, your parabolic trend here. It's terrible, man. I mean, it's like very clear, concise, discernible. Bearish divergence on the weekly on the MACD histogram. Classic.
When you see market conditions turn like this, do you stay in current trade setups you're already in or take profit where they're at?
I risked off a little bit. Yeah, depends on the charts, right? Like dude, NAT, terrible, man. $3 is it. I mean, I'm actually letting that slide. I'm gonna see if it stops out, but because if it holds $3, it'll be the first back test of the $3 mark ever. Yeah, I've pulled back some. Yeah, for sure. Like anything in the Nasdaq, man, or the Qs, mega cap, there's no value and things are getting wrecked. And hey, I really do hope that. Oh man, I shouldn't have sold some. I shouldn't have pulled back and gotten a little bit less exposure to this stupidly inflated, overbought, manipulated market. I mean, what the is this, man? All right, so you think eventually Nasdaq come down to 121 again? All right, the NDAQ, or let me get the what's the freaking ticker, man? The one I'm always looking at, thinking here. NDX, that's the one, right? And so it's worse though on the Qs, the Nasdaq 100. Oh, it's so much worse here, man. Like that's like you better be real careful, because at least on the Nasdaq it was like a Class B bearish divergence. This is like it was Class A into Class B. This is Class A all the way. Your third peak on the RSI is lower, and your MACD is now gone negative on momentum for the first time since November 23rd. All right, it's just begun. So you can see. Yeah, I mean, it's going to back test this 296 to 303 area, probably 282. I mean, but look at the mean, man, of the run we've been on, this exponential run. I mean, that is so high, man. You think about it, could be in a parabolic uptrend from the beginning, the global financial crisis. It could go all the way down to 227 and still be in a parabolic run. That's what's scary, man. That's what's crazy to me. So, like, your parabolic uptrend is not even in jeopardy right now. It's not. It's just you could return back to that curved line like you have in the past. All right, and it could be ushered in by the weekly bearish divergence. Okay. I mean, are you not entertained? Do we need to get out Russell Crowe and for from March of 2020 to February of this year? I mean, is that not good enough? I don't know, for a pullback. Like, when is it just going to keep going, man? Just keep going straight up in this trajectory. It's kind of wild. I think we broke something. I think we broke a demand line. Crap, dude. Where did all that work go? I was doing work on this. I don't know. It might have been another exchange or another ETF or freaking index. God. Yeah, and again, like Nasdaq, like one high, a second high, it's like double top stuff. So, oh my god, dude, the oscillators on the daily just look like, oh yeah, the negative momentum is building. You're now at 44, so you're neutral still until you break 40 in your bearish territory. So there's just so much room it could to run to the downside.
Is this a market correction or a bull run?
For what? You know, for Bitcoin, crypto, probably just a market correction. I don't think the bull run's over till you fall below $30,000. Nah, dude, this is certainly not the end of the bull run. No way. That's crazy talk. It's just pulled back 25% from its all-time highs, which is shallow, which is not, that's mild, man. That's not a big deal.
More into fiat or other, more promising assets.
Well, I mean, we can look for opportunity. I mean, like, you know, there are ones that look great, you know, like that on the daily, they're showing those, their value areas, their harmonics, they're low risk. So you can have a lot of cash, and you can also trade those advantageously. Like, if you know what I'm like talking about, like IBM and, sorry, hold on. Like Cocoa futures, my God, man, you know, Kellogg's, GGAL. I mean, there are plenty of assets that are at areas where, worst case scenario, you get stopped out, and that's it. Like, you just business as usual. But like, to be, you know, holding long term, like in a position like Amazon or something. I mean, right? Or Microsoft. It's kind of just like you just own something that, if you want to see it, I mean, we could zoom out so you can see what Amazon looks like. You own something that's just, wow, really? And then there are other assets that are not doing this, that are not insane like this, okay? Not insane, extremely reasonable, historical supports from 1992, 2008. The harmonics we love. There are assets that exist on this market that are showing value, and it's easy to manage your risk on, okay? And then there are ones that drive the market that are not showing any value at all, that are extremely overbought, and they've been overbought for a long time, and they don't look good, man. They're just, you're paying extreme premium for them, all right? This looks nothing like Amazon, right? So that's the, hopefully that helps answer the question, Radish Man, right? Bueller? Oh yeah, me too, Brad. I'm sure it will be. We know that. But the question is, will the entire stream get taken down? That's a gamble I was willing to take. All right.
Shall I make another dumb comment about Bitcoin?
Sure, go ahead, dump it.
30K and get the alt season booming.
Oh, dude, I don't know about alt season booming, man, or woman, Janet Yellen, or Voldemort's mom, whatever. All right, so. Yeah, man, it's just, it's rough, dude. Market drivers are overbought, so market drivers start dumping the whole market. The index funds are going to get wrecked, which it collectively can hurt a lot of other trades or whatever. So let's look at gold. Not good, man. Really bad. A terrible way to close this week. I mean, and it doesn't get much worse than this, you know. Breaking 1750, you close into 1734, you're below, I mean, 1793 was it on the weekly, you know. The daily was a little different, but very bad, man. I think eventually gold's going to find its way to 1667 next. That's the next support on this asset. Silver took a hit too. That's real bad, man. When everything's selling off, except freaking things that you need to survive, like, again, soybeans and cotton and coffee and sugar, probably pineapples, cocoa, All those things are doing tremendously well. Like, and nothing like everything else now is like starting to show tremendous amounts of volatility. Yeah, so the correction on gold continues, going on 6-7 months now, and who knows? It's just gonna keep going. No one cares. No one wants gold. No one wants it at all, dude. Okay. Gross. But eventually, it'll probably turn around. Now at this point, you could be like X, A, B, C, D. Now we could talk about a harmonic eventually, potential harmonic, right? I mean. Oh God, that means a 50%. That means an 8-8. That means a bat. So my God, gold, see you down eventually. If you want real value for an actual continuation harmonic, 1522, man. All right, see you down there. We'll wait. Not sure anything else makes sense until then. Same thing, silver, real bad, man. You're right at the critical point, man. If this. Yeah, hey, at least close the week above it, testing it, but it's almost, at least you're not showing bearish divergence yet. You haven't even reclaimed the high. You had a lower close on the weekly for silver this peak than the previous one, so it's not a higher high yet or the same high. It's very close, so that's not good, man. That's not good. People don't want shiny metals, I guess, in these market conditions. People actually are hoarding lumber and things you need, okay? So now, I mean, you talk about before we go to the requests, you know, I mean, even commodities were down pretty bad today. I mean, seriously, like sugar's down 2.4%, but look at it. Just look at this, man. Look what sugar's done. Wait, log scale, right? Is it this one in log scale? Yes, a log scale downtrend on sugar. You broke out. Now you better be careful on this one because you can see the lower high here, X, A, B, C, D, a little bit higher, and you'll be getting to the pattern completion zone of like bearish cipher. And this is in a long-term downtrend that goes back to 2010. So it looks like in time this will be running out of steam, and as you can see, the RSI could be showing that bearish divergence event. Let's plot this real quick on sugar. All right, diabetes. Now it's tough because it's a log scale, right? This is log scale, so it's all out of whack here. But that's kind of the way it looks. You know, 786 in log scale is 20 cents, 3 cents away. That's a mega bearish pattern. In a bear trend. Okay. But it's cool to see the log scale breakout occur. But that can't continue. Eventually you'll get a pullback. But it's to make the point. Look at soybeans. Look at soybeans. Broadening bottom, remember head and shoulders, remember all that. And look how it's performed incredibly well. Same thing, X, A, B, C, D stuff. So I mean, that's what you did. You hit a resistance back from 2011, multiple times 2011, and that's it. You closed at it. So eventually, a pullback's going to happen on these. Oh, look at this. Look at this, dude. Look at wheat. Wheat to the US dollar is on the way to its measured move eventually. A beautiful textbook inverse head and shoulders where the right shoulder back tested a spring perfectly, man. So big shout out to wheat to the US dollar. And then after the back test of the spring and the bounce, look how you went to back test the 200 week moving average not once but twice before lifting off. And again, now it's 790 is the target. Down 2.36% today. Okay, yeah, like a lot of things got hit today. So that's it. Commodities are king. So, like, things selling off today, Cocoa Futures probably did too. Not really, though. Down 0.15%. So, what a performer. And look at this weekly close. I mean, that's close enough to what you would call a bullish engulfing candle after back testing and holding a demand line that goes back to 2017, multi-year demand line. Very strong weekly close there. All right, it's the Gartley. Okay. So we'll get to those like 2 requests, I think. So y'all are taking it easy on me today, thanks. We just want to go through the markets, man. Make sure, I'm sure there are probably plenty of people you watch that only cover crypto, don't care about any of these other markets. It's important to know all these markets because it does have effect on crypto. All right, Michael wanted to look at the 10-year. Yeah, let's look at it, man. Now I think it's down a little bit today after such a crazy one. Hold on, US 10, right? That's it. Yeah, down today. But look what it's doing, on the daily, right? You're back testing an ice line from 2012 and 2016. You're back testing it now. And you closed above it. So that's good for this asset, all right? That again, it's at a 52-week high on its price as of yesterday, and if it holds that, well, I mean, that's a spring and back test of a spring. Could go nuts to the upside, but not sure. These things, they look so bad, and then they can just, oh well, it didn't hold, and then it dumps, right? I mean, look at your weekly right here, highest weekly close in a year. And you're now overbought officially for the first time since October 2018. And you're at your high. You close at your highest level on the weekly since May of 2018. So multi-year highs on relative strength. And very seldom, when you get to those levels, do you hold on. So if it's overbought and it does what it's done from history every single time, it would then sell off. So it would like reset. All right, like for instance, back in 2016, all right, it got overbought and then reversed, but then reset and then rallied again to higher highs. But look at the trend; it's so bearish, right? It's such a bear trend. Okay, US 10, that was a request. That's actually it. Wow. Did you hear that, chat? We had 1 request on this stream today. I've been live for 40 minutes. Okay. So, just look at the disappointing assets across the market. It's a mixed bag kind of in crypto today. Cardano just keeps going, man. Not stopping. Look at this. It's gone. Well, there was news that a hedge fund pulled out almost $1 billion, or they're pulling out almost $1 billion worth of their Bitcoin holdings, and they will be divvying it up back into Cardano and Polkadot. As you can see, it's probably having an effect on Cardano, at least today. Polkadot is not doing anything. It's down 0.19% today. So a lone wolf in this sea of red. All-time highs just hours ago. What a trend, man. Beautiful. Now, but like the other assets, though, I mean, like, unfortunately, let's look at Dash, down 5% today. Look at this, man. We've seen this before on Dash, haven't we? Anyone remember? Harmonic, double bottom, at an ice line, divergence, harmonic, at an actual ice line, trying to double bottom, right, and trying to diverge. It was diverging, and now the negative moment is just building. So it's like it's almost invalid at this point. It's getting close to being invalid. 211 is not a joke, right? 211. Look left. Like it's like TA is not going to work on these assets if Bitcoin can't catch bids, man. Look, that's bad, right? Dash is about. It was up. It was above it, man, earlier, and now it's below it. It's below 211, which is a peak from the June 26, 2019, the buying climax for Bitcoin and most of the alts. That's big. You get above that, huge things can happen, but if you're below it, oh man, you very well could see 177 in time. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, nothing's implying upside on the daily at all. It looks more like you're about to have a continuation, right? You're about to be at your lowest candle since, you know, February 12th, 13th, right on the way up. So, yeah, you break in that support with confirmation close. You always want to wait for follow through, but eventually, the next target's 175 on this if divergence fails. Okay. T only works when it works? No, that's not. No.
Request. Please do the Macarena. Can't think of anything else to look at a request at the moment.
Thanks, Patreon, for the 420, dude. No, man, look at it. Think about it. The argument for the TA always is stronger when you have 60-minute, 4-hour, daily, weekly stuff at the same time going on. You don't have that. It's almost a hope and a prayer with the 4-hour and the 60-minute together. You don't have daily help. You don't have weekly help. So if you don't have daily and weekly help, the most significant time scales, it's not going to be as strong of an argument. Therefore, it could be way more suspect to fail. That's what is going on right now. Only
that would be great. Thanks.
Sure. Yep. Thank you, nerd, for the 420.
Is that a joint? Is that a joint?
That's a couple of them. Thanks, dude.
Noise!
What's up, CBT? Thanks for the 20, dude. Really appreciate it. Okay, so just to clear up what's going on, the daily is giving us no edge. Nothing's implying upside on the daily, but the 4-hour and the 60-minute did. But if you don't have the daily help or the weekly help, then the argument's weaker. It's not as strong. So it's got a higher susceptibility to failing. Okay? Does that make sense? I mean, I don't know. It's people asking questions and I'm not getting feedback. Like, oh yeah, that I understand. That makes some sense, right? Or maybe it doesn't make any sense, right? Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, so it wasn't just Dash kind of showing something promising only on the 4-hour and 60-minute, not the daily. So weak out the gate. You go across tomorrow, look at Link, up 1.51%, right? I mean, it's showing that sell-off, the low, the rally, the slightly higher low with bullish convergence going on. But it is now, it's okay, but not anymore. Like, look, I mean, 26.97 support resistance. Now, what was once resistance February 5th is now resistance again. It's like the inverse of a spring. It's an up thrust and then the back test of the resistance. So it's like a inverse, look, a spring and a back test of the spring going on, an inverse one on Link, right? So just not strong. Like, it has no help on the daily, and the 4-hour showed a little bit of promise, but only because Bitcoin did. They're all just painting the same thing as Bitcoin with no help on the daily or weekly. Okay, I mean, just keep going. Like Tron, right? Same thing, right? Divergence, convergence, bouncing off the 200 moving average twice, catching no bids on the second bounce, right? Nothing. Lower high. So very well could just keep selling off and make a lower low and get oversold again. That makes sense, right? X, A, B, C, D. And deeper retrace is down at 3.2 to 3.5 cents. Yep. Okay. B chain. Same thing, right? Look at that fake out before it dumped. And now look, one low, a second low. Divergence is real. 200 moving average is real. No bids. So if no one's buying it because there's no help on the daily, then it's just going to dump to lower prices, and negative Momo builds again. You get oversold again, and you eventually find your way down at 3.4, 3.5 cents down here, that high from January 21st. Okay. XLM, same thing, right? A low, another low, holding on, divergence, convergence on the oscillation. Wow, it's so surprising, right? It could be considered a dragon or something. And it's catching a few bids, but it's below the 200 moving average. And we really don't know yet, right? I mean, like, when Bitcoin rug gets pulled, then it's going down to this is not gonna sustain. So you see how homogenous this market is right now? Everything's the same, man. Everything's the same. Tesla's was different a little bit, but it was like some demand line that was really cool. that it was holding above earlier today. Now it's below it again. So there's support here. There's a lot of congestion for Tezos. It wasn't showing divergence really, maybe on the RSI a little bit, but again, you got to break 380. If you break, obviously 380 is a resistance. You just failed 3 freaking times to break it. How many times has it got to fail before it dumps? You know, so ZRX, man, like this is another one. It's like, okay, maybe it fails or whatever, but you can't say this wasn't educational. Okay, you're talking like, this is a range between 129 and 188 to 199, and it's just like at the above, double bottoming out the 200 moving average. It's at low risk, high reward opportunity areas where it's easy to manage risk, and you pretty much don't want to be messing with ZRX below 125. And that's it, right? I mean, upside potential, lots of it, but it may not happen because Bitcoin is the macro, and if Bitcoin does not respect that 4-hour, 60-minute divergence, then neither is ZRX. So it's just gonna dump with Bitcoin. John Floyd Jr. What's up? Do things for 20? I mean, yeah, the volatility keeps rising. Yeah, we get a bad Monday. Yeah, sure. Thank you, dude. So I guess we can look at DXY if you want. Sure. What a run. I mean, it was like head and shoulders, man, and the fake out. And it's like it fell below the neckline or whatever, and just boom, what it shot up. So yeah, you look at the weekly here. What a close. What a close on cash. Just remember though, this one's like X, A, B, C, D stuff. Like you're at a deep retrace. It's like a falling wedge too. Bullish engulfing to close the week. Bullish divergence on the oscillators. Yeah, I mean, on both, man. I mean, it is US dollar and pending. If you like, we were talking about, you know, crypto only has like the 4-hour and 60-minute kind of showing indicators of bullishness. Well, this is the weekly on the DXY, and this is what we're talking about. Make sure the daily and the weekly bullish looking stuff, you better look out, because that increases the probability. Like, and that is very reliable, weekly and daily time scales. So this is, yes, implying upside still. Up 0.88% today to close the week. Okay, here's your DXY, John. That's right, Shark Dude. Scott. What's up, Grant?
Grant F super chatted $49.99. Good evening, sir. Can you take a look at PLTR? Harmonic X close to breaking X.
Thank you, Grant. Yeah, we'll look at Palantir. Absolutely. All right. We will. But just remember, like, something to keep in mind, just for the sake of sanity. Bitcoin is in a nice long-term uptrend. Okay. Here's your parabolic run that started back in September. You're still well above that curve demand line, right? You're still well above the previous peak. I mean, everything is fine on Bitcoin long term. Short term is very choppy. Volatility is high. And the downside is still real, where you could eventually see 40K to 42K. CBT, man! Dude, let's go. Thanks, man. B Pro Network.
CPT took $100. B Pro Network.
All right, we'll put it on the. Well, we'll look at it right after Palantir. CBT, thanks, man, for the CNET. Wow, you just won up Grant F. You stole his thunder, dude. Thank you. Okay, so just so we're talking about all this crappiness across all markets except commodities, really. Bitcoin's okay long term, all right? You know, definition of a trend reversal in an uptrend is when you eventually get a lower low than the previous discernible swing low, which is all the way down at 30K. So that is, you understand, that is the only way the trend begins to reverse. So I think it would be extremely testament to how bullish this asset is if we never saw 42K, even though it's very, very possible we see that in time. If we don't, sweet mother of God, what an uptrend. What a really bullish trend. So, no expectations at all. Oh my god, dude. Palantir got wrecked. I think a lot of SPACs got destroyed, man. Yeah, look at this. So, it's so tempting. It's so close. But, man, it is hanging on, right? I mean, that is really a bullish, supposed to be a bullish Gartley. You know, golden pocket, 65% retrace on B. 1618 at the 886 confluence at the ice line. You fall below $22, you're screwed. You hold it, glory could be upon you. But you can kind of try to say hidden bullish divergence, but who knows, with the negative momentum so high still, it's not waning. So just know this. Though it might reverse here and run to the upside, if it breaks $22, dude, it's probably going down to $11.46. It's probably going to lose almost half its value, or about half it. Get cut in half. So you're right in an area where if macro gets wrecked next week or something, and we don't see a recovery and a money printer go burr, this thing would be in a lot of trouble. So the jury's out, and it's kind of it's cliche to be like, it's either this or eventually this. All right, those are the outcomes of PLTR, which add a PCZ of a harmonic of some sort, add an ice line, and so 4 hour anything. 4 hours still kind of tough to be like, oh, that's divergence. Now, of course, you know, this could be the reaction low, and you could be working on the reversal low here, the second low, which is very common. That's what you want to see. That's the best, when you get a low and then the second low, and it's being held up by an ice line. So you better pray for that. Pray for the reversal low, Scott Carney would say. Yes, I've been here before. Hey, I've been here before. A long time. There's a time and place to request this. It's up 76.79% today. B-Pro Network, Illiquid S-Coin, on KuCoin. Hey, you're going to have market anomalies. It's going to happen. Every single time Bitcoin sells off, there will be one of the thousands of altcoins out there. One of them will do this. It happens. But it's such a passing correlation, or not correlated, right? Inverse correlation, that it's impossible to rely on, right? Because guess what? Maybe BPRO is doing this today, but say Bitcoin, or you know, like a few weeks go by and it's dumped from this, and Bitcoin dumps, and it's dumps with Bitcoin. So it's really tough, you know. But hey, you can't say Wyckoff, or you know, the composite operator wasn't presenting his argument down here. He wasn't acquiring his position at back in early February at a low risk area. And look, you broke it, you sold off, and then you went nuts after a pullback. Hidden bullish divergence was there too. Ooh, strong. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go to sleep early tonight. God. All right, we got a new daily close. Nothing burger. It wasn't really great. It wasn't good. I mean, no Japanese candlestick reversal, unfortunately. But hey, I guess the good news on the 4 hour for Bitcoin. Like, good news, right? Put quotations, or yeah, quotations around that, because it might not be. Because I mean, look, man. At least the negative momentum that was building on that last 4 hour ended up being a lower level. So the classic bullish divergence that is just barely hanging on by the lowest, I don't know, man, like It's hanging on by a thread, man. Like the smallest thread that exists on the planet, okay? And you got to start catching bids, otherwise this is just going to get invalidated. Okay, that's it. And you're just praying that it was the reaction. I'm sorry, it was the reversal low. There was a 60-minute bullish engulfing candle. So someone get out Bill Murray. You got that going for you, which is nice. Pull that meme out on Bitcoin 60 minutes. So yay, congrats on your insignificant time scale engulfing candle. Hopefully it's one bottom, a second bottom. So you're going to go up and down, throughout the day, like we always do. Nothing's going to solidify in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like on what's happening. So,
Could you look at Adam, please? Thanks, man.
hey, Christopher, please read the description below, if you could. If you're requesting an asset, thanks. We have rules now. Like we have to abide by them. Like because if I don't, then all of a sudden everyone's gonna start breaking the rules and whatever. We'll be right back where we started before we made the rules. When is moving day? I don't know. I'm pushing it back just because I'm pulling the trigger on renovating my entire kitchen, gutting it, modernizing it. It'll be really good. So, but that's gonna take like a month or plus. So, is that true? Wow. Sweet mother of God. What's up, CPT, man? Long time no C-note tip. Thanks, dude. Holy crap. Wow.
CPT tipped $100. Just because.
Just because CPT is amazing that he's tipping C-notes $100. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
Look at an ETN called NRGU. If not, please look at CVX. Thanks.
Oh yeah, you know, like a exchange traded note, sire. Oh man, we try to look at the underlying asset that it tracks, right? Better TA, you know, because it gets all skewed because of decay and stuff on the ETNs. So if not, look at CVX. I think you would probably like looking at CVX better than NRGU. Okay, so let's look at CVX instead of that. All right. Did Christopher meet the minimum criteria? I see 15. This guy, I don't know where you saw the other one. No, it was 15 on that, not 20. All right, so sorry.
Bow to your sensei.
So, right now on Bitcoin, for the 4-hour and 60-minute edge, kind of you have a little bit, right? It is the scene in Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, where whatever Pippin or one of the hobbits is with Gandalf, and it's the night before the final battle for Minas Tirith, right? And he's like, Gandalf, was there ever hope? Any hope? It's like, only a fool's hope. That's where we are on Bitcoin right now, okay?
Years now, and you've helped my trading tremendously. Thanks for being you, bro. Investing yourself is one of the best suggestions I've heard from you.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, Anonymous, for the 420, and I'm really happy to hear that you did that, right? You invest yourself, and that's like anything in life. That's not just charts,
Here's
man.
another 5. Adam, please. Thanks, Browski.
Thank you, Christopher, man. We'll definitely take a gander right after CVX. Okay, here is your CVX, man. Remember what happened? Hidden divergence on the daily played out. So, Jason, yeah, look at Rolls Royce. That was at very low risk, high reward opportunity areas. Sure, Jason. So there you go, man. Hidden divergence manifested into a run up again, and you have just hit 102. It probably took a hit with the macro. And energy has been, I think it was the top performer this week. It killed it, did very well, but today wasn't. It gapped down and closed down 2.3% and then down another 0.3%. So it could very well backtest $96 before going higher. It closed right at a nice line from December 2018, but unfortunately, man, you really want to see this asset get back above 102.68. That's big time, man, big time. Okay, so this is bullish. It's been bullish. Okay, we've been monitoring this one, and if it breaks 102, probably going to 114 after that. That's it. So hold 96, all is well. You hold 96 long enough, you're eventually going to go to 114, because if you hold it long enough, you're going to run a 102, test it, and break it that next time. So, okay, it's like a low, a higher low, and now you got higher lows after that. So, you got to break this 102, because also trend reversal, right? Trend analysis, breaking your previous discernible swing high on the daily is one from June 8th. So you break that, you hold above it. Then you're all of a sudden saying, hey, the trend is actually reversing to the upside now. We can finally say it. You can't quite say it yet. But the good news is, right, if you just think about higher lows here and a sell wall, I mean, a lot of white space is huge. But this could be good, man. All right, that's ascending triangle behavior, the psychology of it. CVX. Break 102, really good things could happen.
AT&T is a sleepy one that may be interesting at these levels.
It dumped today.
Look at symbol T.
Yeah. I was scanning today and saw it really played out. It was amazing, right? It was a harmonic, but now it fell below critical support too. We'll look at it. Thank you. Slippery Pete, man. For the 20, 21.
Just to support you. Thanks for being here every day.
Tim, thanks for the 1824 super chat. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you, dude. Yeah, man. Sorry. Like, I'm just, there's probably better days. I'm more chipper. I'm more uppity. I'm more jittery. I don't know, man. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. It's been a long week. And, yeah, dude. We'll see.
What's your
rolls
take on rebase and debase tokens?
What? Rebase and debase tokens? I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. Chat, you want to give y'all's opinions to Conrad about rebase and debase tokens? I'm sure he would appreciate your feedback on it for those that are versed in whatever that is. I'm a simple TA man here, all right? Yes, it's Bitcoin Live every day. That's SEO, search engine optimization. It's a great way to, whatever. But this is heart and soul. This channel is technical analysis, right? Charts, variables, all that stuff. So good start to Rolls-Royce that ended the week up 10.81%. So again, good start. This could take months, many months, man. But the classic divergence is beginning. Highest level of volume you've seen since the week of December 7th, 2020. Good. High volume on one look. You got one low and then the second low. Look at all this volume, and the bears can't push it down, and now you got high volume, and it's rallying. That's good, man. And look at where this happened. Unreal. This scam wick back from 1996. You're double bottoming, so that's confirmation low. You're confirming that a bottom is in at the lowest risk area of all time, I guess you could say, for this asset, Rolls-Royce OTC. So again, more upside implied. I moved the arrow over a little bit so you didn't block out the candles. Yeah, patience on this one if it's gonna do things all right. That is significant, extremely significant when you see weekly bullish divergence like that. Okay, at an ice line from 1996, and it's not the first time, but it's the second test locally, as in this was September and this is February. All right. Okay. Rolls-Royce. Oh, Adam, yeah. Adam's just saying, I'm probably not going to be that exciting to look at. Probably gonna look like almost everything else we've looked at this crypto today. All right, weekly bearish engulfing in the midst of appearing overbought. Still at 77.16. Shoot, man, higher RSI than Bitcoin right now on the weekly. This one, obviously, you know, it was a trade, right? This was something we did live on stream. It was back testing an old resistance as support. That was the signal on January 10th. And all played out, of course, in Pool to Crypto. It doubled the targets, right? I mean, what are you gonna do, man? Like that is part of this. Trying to apply traditional technical analysis to an untraditional market. This is the outcome a lot of the times, right? And if stop outs happen, then sometimes like it can crash, right? It goes to much lower levels, you know. But hey, that's the point. Having to stop. And why are we entering at 554? Why is our stop below 463? Right? Why is it 462? And what's profit taking? Why? Right? All reasonable. The arguments were made, and it was great. But now you're on the other side of the fence. I have no idea, right? I mean, eventually, yes, hidden bullish divergence. If you start pivoting, catching bids. I mean, I guess you could try to call that a bullish hammer. It's not a. I've seen a lot better hammers than that one. That could just be an indecision candle. Finally, a day of green after how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. 10 days of selling on Atom. So, yeah, if you start catching bids and get more data and you start losing the negative momentum, then you can start saying, hey, man, hidden bullish divergence. Not yet. Not till then. I have not enough data on the daily. Way high. Really high. But if you go to the 4 hour, and this is what we're talking about, the argument's just not as strong in the crypto market right now, but it's still not like it can't play out. Same thing, where you're just at this local low around 17, 18. You got a low, you got a second low. You got divergence right there. You got bullet. So it's almost identical to Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dash, VeChain, Link, you name it, man. It's got the same ingredients on the 4 hour, right? So sure, it could rally here, absolutely. But Bitcoin's going to dictate the outcome of all these altcoins showing bullish divergence. Bitcoin will, yes. It would be an anomaly if one plays out and Bitcoin doesn't. It would be like an extreme anomaly. There's your Atom. I mean, there's probably a supply line too you could mark. Right there. Yep, there's a supply line. You certainly haven't broken. So you gotta break. You break that. Yeah, good things can happen. Remember, no help really on the daily yet. So Charizard, you broke my jar, dude. What's wrong?
Happy Friday, Mom. Can we look at bar?
Yes, we can, absolutely.
Noise!
Matthew _D tip $23.63. Yule, let's check it out. Education type.
Whoa! It worked. What?
0.000000 you and I.
Dude, that is my first uni contribution of all time, Matthew D. I didn't even know that was a thing that someone could tip. Did you know that, dude? Looks like Jakku made some updates, I guess. Cool, dude. You just christened the unicorn contribution. Thanks, dude. Yes. We can look at United Airlines Connect. Sure. Let's go to AT&T had a bad day today, but real bad. Like, it's awful, man. But remember back when it was great, man. What a run up! It never got to A, but man, it was good. And it broke a critical support of 28.33, and it's probably headed down to 27.66, a little bit lower. And if it doesn't hold that, well, then it's coming on down to 26.31. So it's really struggling, man. It's having problems, lots of problems. And it could be working on another harmonic in itself, right? I mean, just talking about XA, maybe. Yeah, that's a 61% retrace. Another or like it could be a Gartley. 786 is just a little bit lower. Look at that, man. 786. Wow. Harmonics among let's see how it plays out. Whatever. Ooh, I actually never used the yellow. It's pretty. It looks good. Harmonic season maybe. All right, I should use that more. Look, 786 confluent with a 1414, just about. Some more downside. You think 2750 could be an area where we get a reaction low. Right? Remember, we wouldn't be taking a long at the 786 because you want confirmation as a trader, right? The smart trader waits for confirmation. Or you want to see a double bottom. You want to see an inverse head and shoulders at the PCZ. That's the best. Those are the strongest, man. All right. No confirmation when you get there the first time. Okay, T. AT&T. Booz Allen, huh? Oh my goodness. Dude, got destroyed, man. With the bad earnings. Yeah, it was earnings. Earnings killed it. Or, yeah, made that major move down. So, looking at it like this, man, nice uptrend, but I don't know, what do you see in here? You know, like, what is it? You're below that previous all-time high back from September 2019. And then there's a high from November 2019 and October 2020. So, you're going to hold that, then you're thinking probably see $68. So, yeah, divergence. I see it. The 4 hour showing some nice bullish divergence to the MACD, but look what's happened, man. It started playing out, and then what'd you do? You closed the 4 hour bearish engulfing candle to close the week out. Let's go to the daily. Oh god, dude, it's like tweezer top. How does one tweezer top and bearishly engulf only after 2 green days? What a joke. No, I don't like it, man. The daily sucks. I don't like the daily at all. I'm like, whoa. Now, get back above $78, maybe we'll talk, but now you're below it now. So, I don't see a kind of formal harmonic here or anything, and it's not really at value areas at all. IMO, so. Yeah, that's bearish convergence hardcore there. Yeah, I mean, sure, you hadn't seen positive memo since the 28th of January, but I don't know, man. There's probably better times to enter this, and no telling after earnings, and no telling after you just closed the week below a previous all-time high, September 2019. All right, nothing really sticks out. It looks amazing here. BAH, Charizard, American Airlines Connect. God, dude, I have to clean this up. So many lines, so many whatevers, fibs. Holy crap. But it's just, I mean, if I know anything about American Airlines, technically, it's probably almost the exact same thing. Yeah, I mean, just look at it, alright? If you go from the lowest point of all time, June of 2008, to the high, 78% almost an 88% retrace, an 84% retrace, deep value areas for someone, right? It's been rallying ever since. Question is, I mean, like, you know, what happens if the macro craps out? I mean, is this going to keep going up? I mean, you got some sort of consolidation. A nice little demand line right there holding. You're in an uptrend, right? You're in a short-term, mid-term uptrend. It's been going on since the COVID crash. I don't even know. I wouldn't know if we'd call that a bear flag or anything, but it's an uptrend, right? It's a pictured uptrend, and there's an old demand line, a very clear demand line up around 6150. It could go test that. At the same time, that shouldn't be visible on the weekly. Let's make that only visible on the daily. On the weekly, you're above a critical area from 2006, right there. I was making that perfect. Being above that's really, really good. Okay, I mean, you would think that this asset, American Airlines, if it stays above 5180 long enough, which we don't, we could pull back next week or something, right? But that's a breakout of some sort. I mean, you could consider that somewhat of an ice line breakout from 2007. And last time we broke out, look what happens every time you break out. When you're on the up and up and you break the ice line, look, You run 2014. You ran straight up to 74.40. All right, you sold off. What happened when you broke back above that ice line in September 2016? You went straight up to 74.74. And so this would be the third time in history you've ever been on the up and up, and then you've broken the ice line. So if history repeated itself and the last times it did the same thing, 74.74 could be the target eventually, right? But, you know, it looks pretty good. I mean, this channel is awesome, right? Because you got 1 and 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. Look at the heart line tested, multiple times, right? So just think about it like that, open-minded, right? Matthew D, that's pretty cool to see what it's done every time. And that is a great segue into what you all need to see. Oh man, I love this one, dude. Okay, I don't know, there's something about, I hate the fact that it's up 10+% today, but look at this. WW International. This one to me is phenomenal. Weekly bullish engulfing candle confirmed just 3 hours 22 minutes ago. Okay, the weekly bullish engulfing candle is above what? The IPO price from 2001. Okay, anytime you close above that for real, and I'm talking for real as and you start catching bids, the price always minimum goes up to 47.48. Let me show you on the daily. This is crazy, man. And look, to boot, it's like ascending triangle behavior, where, you know, that IPO price is, there was this, look how many times it's been regarded throughout history. So you gotta like break, I think, the high of, if you break $30, okay, which you're very close to doing, if you break it for real, look what's happened. The only time, right, when you break $30 back in 2010, where'd you go? Eventually went to $87. But look what happened when you broke above $30 in 2017. You went to where? $106. So if we break it here, oh, okay, and we'll go here, September 2019. What happened when you broke $30 that time? Well, that time you rallied, then back tested it as support, and then ran up to 47.22. So you'd say, based on the history of this asset and what happens when it breaks $30, it would minimum, no matter what, go to $47. So that's the target in this situation. Unfortunately, again, it's up 11% today, so it's not a strategic entry. But if you're looking at the daily and you're looking at it a little bit more long term, that is where it could be headed soon. WW, all right? Can you hear me?
Look here. Look, listen.
1,500 of y'all here. All right, WW, man. That was scanning today. This was one of the best ones I saw, for sure. WW. Walt Whitman? What is it, Walt Whitman? Willy Wonka? Walter White? You got me. Just kidding. Funny stuff, man. You're like, no, it's not Walter White. It's actually WW International. Okay, get wrecked. Hank Schrader. Anyway, we're having fun with tickers. Who cares? That's what we do, man. We meme tickers sometimes, right? So you got, that fool's hope we're talking about. Fool's hope on Bitcoin's 4-hour, that lone 60-minute 4-hour edge. It's not dead yet, right? Sauron has not taken over Minas Tirith quite yet, though he's close, man. We could be screwed, man. Middle Earth could be over now, at least in the short term. But you're not dead yet. The Nazgul have not destroyed the city. Not quite. You're close, man. But look, man, this is the fool's hope. The divergence. Alright, what a stream, man. Yes, Weight Watchers. I know, dude. Yep. Think about it, dude. Think about Weight Watchers, alright? Listen to me. The commodity sugar is at like multi-year highs or whatever, right? It's looking like it's going to be topping out soon. Weight Watchers going to do it, man. They're going to... all the sugar money's going to go into Weight Watchers. Whatever, dude. I'm literally kidding. But you get it, right? You get my thought process. Someone will be like,
is that a joint?
Dude, he's got a point, man. Whoa. It's kind of like one of those. We're gonna make it, chat. The age of crypto elves is over. The time of the stonk orcs is here. I don't know, dude. Yeah, dude. Scott Carney, man, thanks so much, dude, for sending us those harmonic books, man. Can't wait to check in my mailbox every day, man. All right. Thank you, dude. That was fun, man. Sugar and Weight Watchers. One looks ready to pull back some, and one looks ready to go to 47 plus. All right, so let's go to Litecoin. The alts are starting to perform a little better. They're waking up. See, this is the stuff you need. You got to get some more, though. It's up 3% on the new day. What? But this one wasn't technically showing bullish divergence. It was just showing convergence. And that kind of is a little bit stronger. That's what I was saying in that trades, you know, like when I was doing this scan session this morning or whatever. It made a higher low, and that the characteristic of Litecoin, like of Bitcoin, was a lower low. Ethereum was like a lower low. That's why this was stronger. A higher low, man. That's accumulation versus not accumulation, right? So that's why I liked it kind of. Of the three, I liked Litecoin best. If that makes sense. So even though it wasn't divergence, it was convergence. So if Bitcoin doesn't crash, doesn't crap out, looks like Litecoin's gonna have a good time. You got to get back above 179. And if you don't, you're eventually going to 145. Okay. Ethereum. The fool's hope. Whew. You're safe until you break 1386, man. Everything's safe until... Look, this is why it's the fool's hope. Because it was... Oh, man, we could be in trouble. But if you get something on this candle and you keep losing it, hey, divergence is... We're still here, man. Impending price action reverse to the upside on your second test of your previous all-time high for the first time ever. That's the perfect low-risk area. Look, man, you can't tell me if you're an actual trader, my thought process is illogical here, okay? How is this not low risk? How is this not like, oh, this makes sense, right? Dude, the asset lost 34% of its value in almost pretty much 3 days, okay? 34% pullback in that short period of time. And it hit the support once, rallied, hit it again. And on the second time, divergence. That's it, man. And then receding volume, extreme receding volume on the second low. It can fail, of course, I understand. But you can't be like, oh man, TA's stupid because this time it failed. That's the critical thinking that if you play the numbers game and you practice good position sizing, reward risk, you're going to win in the long run, okay? So that's it, dude. This is so educational, despite it failing or succeeding. Very educational. Like, people can learn a lot from this type of stuff, okay? It's the potential dragon. I don't know if we would call it a real dragon until it breaks the spine. If it breaks the spine, because you can't have a tail without the spine being broken, and you can't have a dragon without a tail, all right? It's a potential dragon. Sorry, man, I'm on fumes. I'm exhausted. This coffee is the only thing keeping me going, okay? Alright, so that's it. It's your Friday stream, man. Been a live hour and a half, so got through the requests. We think you're caught up on all the markets, right? We looked at most of them. So, dude, I wish I could show you all this. I can only show you like in a video on Discord. I can't pull my freaking webcam so you can see it. I've got to get another webcam set up to where I, you know, when I'm in my other room, I've got a couple of other webcams so I could use, I guess, but man, it's so cool. My cooler from my Threadripper is an LED screen, LCD screen. It's an NZXT Kraken, like X73 or something, and it's my logo, and it's the logo on my Discord. Like if I type, you can see the harmonics floating. That's all it is. It's so cool. I can't show y'all one of those unless it's in Discord, which is fine. I did that last night. All right, man. So that's all I got to say about that. Pray for Bitcoin. Pray for Middle Earth. You need Gandalf, the market maker, to come in and be like, all right, or the bots or the Asians to be like, you know what, man? The divergence is there. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to rally. But again, if it breaks 1223, you break 1223, you are screwed. You're going sub 1,000. So this is it, man. This is the battle. All right. So good stream. Thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate it. We got a chance, man. But it may not be much. But tell that to Frodo, all right? So thanks for the 1,600 people pretty much tuned in. Thanks for the 563 likes. Okay. And just so you know, 460 YouTube subs away from 50,000. So 460 subs away from a bread stream or something, you know, or I'm a piece of bread. I could do the whole stream as a piece of bread. So if you want that, the sooner we get to 50K, sooner I am bread again for the first time in like a year. All right. Can't remember anymore, dude. All right, y'all. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I love y'all. We'll be back later. Until next time, respect the TA.
I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
You worry too much. Everything is beautiful. There's nothing to worry about.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.